Hello and welcome to another colony submission video here on the channel, where we take a look at the stuff that you guys have made in your own playthroughs. This is number 22 in the series. It comes to us from a channel supporter named Dominik, and this is of course the Ant Farm map, heavily modified, differently from the last one we looked at, with the Iron Teeth, and this is using only the ladders mod. I was able to find a couple of those. But what makes this playthrough unique, there's a couple things. First, I thought it was really funny. They said they used Linux, which, hey, if you're a Linux user, you can play Timberborn, fun fact. But besides that, the entirety of all of the production is basically in this one little corner of the map, minus, of course, the buildings that have to, harvest the trees and storage for water and a couple other things. But the vast majority of the production's on this side of the map. We do have the Earth Repopulator that is ready to go as soon as we hit that play button and then launch it. But you'll notice that the map has been heavily terraformed. Differently from the last one that we looked at, and differently from how we did it when we played. But basically, this entire, I guess you could say, about 70% maybe, 70 to 75% of the map is all for growing, and we have a reservoir down here that is encompassing most of this side, kind of like what we did, but obviously a lot taller. But we have all of this sky space here that isn't built in, which means when these guys launch, they are not going to yeet themselves directly into the side of a building or terrain, which, is always a goal when you are piloting something. So let's go all the way to the bottom, work our way up like we always do. I'm going to kind of do this in chunks. We're going to do all of the non-industrial stuff on this side and then the industrial stuff. But kind of like what we did, we've got a reservoir area here. We, of course, have control towers throughout that cover basically the entire map. You see two ways down here. As you come up, we've got some mangroves in this area. We've got more oaks and stuff and mangroves down here. We've got some water pumping coming out of this reservoir. It flows all the way through here, out the side of the map. We've got a little bit extra coming down from above to fill this area as well. Continue coming up here. More and more and more stuff. We do have tubeways that go underneath all this and connect to other various places. More trees, more coffee, more trees, more berries, all sorts of stuff. It's a very nature-based section here in the middle here. I guess you could say maybe not quite 50% of the map, but when a lot of people play maps like this, myself included to a certain extent, I guess I could just say we tend to kind of just put something wherever it might fit without regard for mechanics of moving through the map or keeping the look and feel of areas. But I kind of liked how this was set up because it reminded me of, if you played SimCity 2000, the arcologies, those essentially giant spaceships with biomes inside. And there was one of those, I think it was the forest arcology, that had like a glass dome on the top and then, a forest you could see from the outside. But it was set up kind of like this, where you had nature available for the people who lived in that thing to walk around and enjoy in their little isolated bubble capsule. And then they still had stuff, around the outside or underneath or whatever that could take care of all of their daily needs. Or at least that's the idea behind the thing. SimCity 2000 was not a very complex game visually. But yeah, consider the time that it was made. It was actually very, very, very good. But continuing to come up here, again, just lots and lots of trees. And there's plenty of storage. There's plenty of all these things that are being made. Nicely organized with a hint toward, like I was saying, the natural feel. So it doesn't seem like you just completely dominated the map in terms of just transforming it into something else, but it's very tastefully done to isolate all of this. But yes, coming up here, we've got some stuff being grown crop-wise. Taking a look at the well-being, we are at 66, which is just shy of the maximum. A couple of these things lagging behind just a tiny bit, but it's basically completely done. But they've got everything. And it seems like everything is very, very nicely set up here. And actually kind of thoughtfully laid out. The way these are segmented, I definitely did not do that. But now let's take a look at all of this stuff. Go back down to the bottom again. So basically the only thing that isn't in the tower that is actually something that has to be built for the benefit of the beavers to directly interact with is the Motivatorium, which is powered from this channel here. And we have kind of a zigzag bad water thing, kind of like what we did, but on multiple levels. Your excavator on the very bottom, which on a map like this is the best place for that to go. I just didn't end up doing that for ours. Come up again, you'll see we've got 4 large water wheels on this level, providing part of the very healthy 7,300 HP. Continuing going up here, we've got production on this side. Again, everything is connected power-wise very, very cleanly. Got a little spine right here. We've got the mine. We've got storage. We've got another level here. We have, guess what? Another one of these things, these little switchbacks, with 4 more of these wheels. Tube-way going up the back. Power shaft going up the back. Another layer here I didn't point out, but you can see very, very cleanly connected here. Going up again, we've got smelters, we've got an explosives factory that is, in fact, making explosives. We've got some bot assembler, or those are bot part factories, not assemblers, I'm sorry. And then at the very, very top here, we've got some pumping going on. We've got more large water wheels. We've got some food refinement. We've got the bot assemblers. And we've got, wow, the tribute to ingenuity. Going on past that, we've got even more stuff up top. Yes, the number cruncher is here. 3 grease factories for the bots. We've got centrifuges. Of course, the district center relocated up here. Hydroponic farms. There really is a little bit of everything in this. And engines up top to help bolster that power output. Tubeway station up at the very top here. Paused advanced breeding pods because I guess they didn't need to have any more of those. And then up here, pools with some recreation. And some pretty nicely laid out stuff. I like these shrubs. I know it's dark. We'll fast forward through that. But I just thought this was a really nice way to do these monuments here. Because I never think to decorate around these things. I'm just plopping them wherever they're going to fit. But this map is small enough where you can get away with doing this. Because all of the housing, except for, you know, a couple of them, is within range of the labor monument. And even if they don't, you know, they don't get it while they're asleep, they're going to have to go somewhere else, and they're going to get it when they're walking around, of course. Ooh, the Flame of Unity. Have to have a wind tunnel. Have to have an exercise plaza. We got some detailers, of course, using just the default things here, but all 4 are represented. Scratchers, and even some very tastefully designed roofing overhangs. Mud baths up top that also have roofing overhangs. And that's all she wrote. But it's not a super complicated build, but it's also not overbearing. It's very nicely done. It feels like the beavers have kind of a balance with the nature of the map. I know it's not really the whole thing that Iron Teeth would go for. But I did like this, and I thought this was worth showing to you guys. Because there's a lot of different ways to play Ant Farm, right? You can do it like we did it. You can do it like Dominik did it. And you can do it like the other versions that we've seen and will continue to see as I kind of record these out of order a little bit. But I just thought this was really cool. And I know it's not as in-depth of a thing as some of these other videos because this is a smaller map. But you know how we do things here? It's time to hit that Earth repopulator. Right about at sunset. It is staffed by bots, so some of the bots are going to go away, but we got 47 extra bots. 46, technically. So I don't think it's going to be a big loss. So let's hit that launch button. I am going to go into dev mode so I can turn off the requisite camera stuff so we can get a little bit of a better view there. Going to hit launch, and I'm going to... Oh, I got an achievement for that. Have the maximum possible average well-being with a beaver... Okay, the thing just cut off. So I don't know what the thing is that I got. But we're launching bots off into the stratosphere, and we've got some very, very happy beavers on a pretty cool-looking map. So good job, Dominik. Thanks for sharing with us. And as always, if you have a map you'd like to see on the channel, possibly want to have me take a look at and possibly feature, feel free to send it in. There is a link in the description for that. And we will be interspersing those in the next couple of weeks and months as we continue doing other things. But as this thing starts to finish up its launching of bots into the great unknown, I do have to recognize the beard boosters who support the channel and make it so I can, you know, every once in a while make these videos where we take a look at everybody else's contributions. Even though it's not necessarily something the algorithm really likes that much, I like doing it, and I know you guys like seeing them. So those folks who do subsidize the channel make it so I can do stuff like that and not have sponsors. And now we have the congratulations screen. So we don't always get to see these in these playthroughs that we take a look at. So let's do this one here. 1,903 days, 1,976 beavers, 278,919 water drunk, 19,891 tails painted. How long do the tails actually stay painted? I haven't bothered to figure that out yet. If you know, let me know. 132,282 trees cut on this map is considerable. It is cycle 90, so, you know, stuff takes, just takes time. And Dominik did say that they did use 30 times speed to get this done. So I can believe it. On cycle 90, that's a lot of time to play. Even if it is normal mode, not hard, that's still a long time to play this game. Do note, 0 teeth chipped. 0 in 90 cycles, so that tells me they're probably getting to bots pretty early. They have 1,762 bots and 995 dynamite detonated, which makes sense. You know, taking a look at how this terrain is set up, there's a lot of exploding that went on. And I think this is a very clean, pleasant-looking ant farm. So I hope you enjoyed. And, of course, we'll be back very soon with some more stuff, looking at other people's playthroughs and continuing some of our own. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.